What's up, Blizzard Nation? Welcome back to Strictly Blizzness, episode 63.
63 it is, yes.
Please note the episode number.
It is correct.
It is.
It is correct.
No Doctor Strange stuff this time.
No.
Time stoning the episode.
No, we're good.
Yeah.
It's Monday. Well, it's going to be Tuesday, but
everybody
it's Monday.
knows when we film these now, so.
It's Monday. It was a big weekend.
It was.
So what happened this weekend?
We won.
Yay, we won.
Against Iowa.
Against Iowa, a well-fought game.
Yep.
Another one of those down to the wire. Oh my gosh, what's it going to be? There's too much time on the clock. We're ahead and there's too much time.
I literally said that.
Yeah.
I had some people text me like, did you actually sit down at the game? I'm like, yeah, for like 5 minutes. I did.
It literally was about
like
5
Ryan's
minutes.
in the front row. Like, yeah, for 5 minutes.
He acted like he was appeasing me. That's what he was doing. Because I said, can you please just sit with me for a little bit? And he said, I don't know if I'm going to have time.
I always have time for you.
And then
I just know the second I sit, it's going to be like, Ryan.
Yeah.
There's a call for you on line 3.
Someone wants their tickets. Yeah, it's third quarter. Right? So yes, we won against Iowa. Stellar game. I mean, I was very impressed with a lot of different things at this game, but Mbai's interception was probably what, there's your dagger.
Yeah.
There it was, right there. It was good.
It was good to have Mogs back in the building, actually, too.
It was. It was nice to talk to him on the sidelines.
Yeah. He was an angry elf, but yeah.
He was shouting some profanity sometimes because he was so angry about routes not being...
Yeah, we heard that one. I did hear that one sitting in the front row.
Oh, it was more than once.
Yeah.
It was more than once. So, yeah. It was a long bus ride home for a few people, I'm thinking.
Fun night for Top Gun night. So
It was.
Colin is quite the little guitar player, and Green Bay Rugby was entertaining as always. So
yeah, they were. And actually, the crowd was getting into it.
Into rugby.
And Larry was up in the suite. He thought the game had started because they were really paying attention. And some of those kids there's some great athleticism there.
Yeah.
So I'm very impressed with them.
Actually,
whenever they come.
Without a costume contest, yours included, there were some great Goose Maverick flight suits floating around.
There were some Kelly McGinnis's, or McGinnis's, not McGinnis's. Kelly McGillis.
Yes.
Oh. McGinnis is the name of one of our photographers.
Yes.
And great family friends of ours. But McGillis, I saw two women they had leather jackets on, white shirts, and they had their aviators on.
Yep. Great music all game long.
It was
I forget how good
fabulous.
the Top Gun soundtrack is, even when played repetitively.
Well, at the beginning of the game, you could see Vetrano just jamming out on the sideline. So
that movie is this week, and I love me some Marvel, but this might be one I am most excited for in years. And Strange was great. Probably rivals the Spider-Man excitement. I was more excited for Spider-Man than I was Strange. This movie looks incredible. I'm so excited to see it.
I'm still getting goosebumps from it. When
it looks insane.
It does. And it's getting great reviews too. So
biggest blockbuster of the decade are some of the reviews I've seen. And
Now, let's talk about Top Gun just a little bit. Then we'll get back into football.
Yes.
So some of the ladies of Top Gun. So Kelly McGillis, Meg Ryan.
Yep.
There's all of this hype about that they're not in it.
Yeah. And
Kelly has come out and said, well, yeah, because I look age appropriate. And who wants to see a fat old lady on the screen? I'm like, well, but Tom Cruise, for his age, looks...
He doesn't age.
Pretty dang good. He looks very similar. I mean, you can tell he's older.
Yeah.
And then, the love interest in the movie.
Conley never ages.
She never ages. She's 51. She looks pretty good for 51 as well. And who knows if either Meg or Kelly would have even wanted to be in it. But very excited to, as I've said before, to see Iceman and what they're going to do with his character with all of the health issues he's had.
Right.
But they have that picture on the wall.
I know.
That they have reference showing that he'll be part of it. So,
yeah.
And then we have Madman in there, the guy from, you know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, what? What's he doing in there?
It's a great cast.
It's a fabulous cast. So I'm excited to see it. We're going Thursday night.
Isn't it I always forget his name, but it's the guy from one of the bad Fantastic Fours and the guy that's Aaron Rodgers' ex's friend.
That was a lot of people. Who?
The guy, he's Reed Richards in the reboot of Fantastic Four. Miles Teller is in Top Gun or in Maverick. He plays Goose's son.
Oh, yeah.
This is the guy that Rodgers was hanging out with in Hawaii. He's one of Shailene Woodley's best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, that is him.
Yep.
He had that little... He's trying to look like his dad, too. But he does look like him.
Yep. He does.
He does. So, yeah.
Looks insane.
Big Bark's typing that up, making sure.
When I say Big Bark,
I say woof.
I say Ryan was right.
Ryan,
Woof.
correct. Yeah.
There's a first for everything.
So we're very excited to see that movie. I may have to don a different flight jacket for that one. So, but yeah, it was, and I had on vintage. That jacket I had on, I bought when Top Gun came out.
That's so awesome.
That's how old that jacket is. Yep. That just shows you how much of a problem I have with keeping stuff. But, oh well. Exciting day today, as it's Monday, not Tuesday. This airs on Tuesday, but it is Monday. It's a happy anniversary.
For Big Bark?
For your wife and you. And how many years is it, Ryan?
That's 14.
There was a quiz. There was a quiz. Yes. So happy anniversary to you too.
Thank you.
You celebrated over the weekend and
grabbed some sushi, threw some axes.
Oh, you did? How did? Huh. We weren't invited.
No.
Did you play better this time?
I was gonna throw that out, invite out. But I knew I was without your husband, and I knew you were in graduation stuff and dinner. When by the time we decided on the fly to book axes. I won a bunch. She won some as well. So
who won?
It was okay.
Who won more?
I did. The hilarious part, though, the lady next to us was like, it was booked. Green Bay Axe is incredible, by the way. She was just freaking out. Never had gone before. How can this be safe? How can this be safe? And she'd throw an axe, and by the time it had left her hand, she would duck and cover after every time. Like she had just launched a grenade. Like throw, poke, and she was every throw. And it was never sticking because she wasn't following through because she was ducking and cover before it even had left her hand.
But that's...
And I couldn't stop laughing. How's it safe? How's it? And every one time when someone would bounce near the line off the board, she's like, somebody's going to die. I'm like, well, you're okay. And the reason it's not sticking in the board is because you're hiding every time you throw it. So,
but that's when it gets dangerous, because if you're not following
it's more important to throw it right.
It's coming at your feet if you don't release it.
But it was hilarious. Like it was awesome. Like she had just pulled the pin on a grenade and ran to hide every time she threw the axe. So
was she there with a group of people?
Yeah. Oh, yep. Yes, but that was fun. Nora had a ninja competition, first Ninja Warrior competition. She took first. So
what?
Yeah, yep. So
fabulous, yeah, little Ninja Warrior.
So nervous, sitting in her chair, waiting to run because you ran one at a time. So all eyes were on you. They set up like a full course over at Warrior Jungle, and she won. It was awesome. So
that's fantastic. Yep. So she had to beat like times of everything.
It went by points first. They award you a point for every obstacle completed, right? So no different than Warrior. If you watch it on the TV, if you fall off, you're done. If you don't complete an obstacle, you don't get the point. So it went points and then time. So she was the only one that completed all of them. And then she would have lost by a minute had it gone to a tiebreaker because she was completing every obstacle. So yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Well, it taught the other kids a lesson too.
Yeah.
It's not about getting through it first. It's about
there's a snapshot into Ryan's life this weekend.
Nice. Good.
Yeah.
Good. My weekend, I'm in surreal mode. So today was Caitlin's.
You must be an empty nester.
Oh, I had a little breakdown this morning. So it's her last day of school.
Yeah.
Full. Okay, I'm going to stop right there because I'm going to lose it again. It's coming to a close, and it's just so surreal.
Yeah.
It's...
Yep.
Yeah, I can't talk about it. Let's move on.
I'm waiting for now that you'll have acting in Trinks and Blizzard, like my phone to start blowing up with more, hey, let's go to a movie. Once you have kids in town, I'm just waiting. So
Well,
Not the, I got to pick one up. Nope. Let's go to the movie.
yeah. Yeah. And it's just going to be weird. You know, it's not like we sit down and have dinner every night because everybody's always going in so many different directions. But it's going to be weird not to get the, what are we doing for dinner? Or, you know, what's happening? You
grab so-and-so so I can go to,
It's just going to be really weird.
Yeah.
But, and, you know, I've been joking about, I want my house back. I want a clean upstairs. Okay, we need to move on.
So
moving on.
Back to football.
Yeah.
It's a big game. I have my cheat sheet. It's right there. You can see
it
because the standings are a mess and every game is going to matter, as cliche as that sounds. So I can just run down the standings in our division, right? Because that's what affects us making the playoffs. However, affected our division, but the Frisco Fighters got Arizona in Arizona, right? Yeah. Yeah. And then Dixie, I don't know if you like every game going to 60 points, but like you let it get to 60 and then you beat the other team.
So there were close games.
Yeah, right.
And then there were like, what games? So, I mean, it
was a great weekend of football. And I think it happened after last week's episode, but DeQuan Neal got a look from an NFL team as well.
Right.
So,
right. That was after by the time we posted, it had just happened. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really cool. And anybody in the league gets a shot. So that was cool. So,
and hey, an exciting other football leagues news.
Yeah.
Mr. Vick is going to play.
I saw that and I wondered if you brought that up. That was polarizing all over the place. So he is going to the fan controlled football league.
Yes. And, you know, we know people that are part of the FCF and, yeah. There's so much negativity out there about them, but clearly they're doing something that's working for some people because they're still doing it.
Right.
But
I mean, I think, and not to discredit what they do, but you also look at the huge names they're probably paying pretty substantial for to try and give the product a lift. That's when I see Vic, when I see Terrell Owens, when I see Manziel. You have some of the most polarizing football characters signed to that product to try and get eyes on it. So
yeah.
So the concept, and from the get-go, we thought the concept was cool, right? Being able to gamify football.
Well, and let's talk about that because so many people have the wrong impression as to what it is. Because I saw somebody, I think it was on the forum, stating, you know, it's not real football. You're having the fans call everything. They don't even need coaches. Why are we having these? Why are they on here? Right. And it's like, no, guys, it's not. There's key plays that the fans control.
Is it on Twitch? Is that where it's streaming now too?
Well, that's where it originally was going to be. So I don't know where it is now. Yeah. But it's not that every play is fan done because it wouldn't get off fast enough. That game would take hours to do. So think about that, people. They take key, like kickoff by kickoff, what should we do? You know, first offensive route, what should we do? Right. And then the coach is playing the game.
Yep.
And I can't give too much away because if I did, I know I'd have a phone call saying, you can't say that stuff about our league. So all I'm going to say is there's more football to it than people might think. Yep. It's not just fan all game controlled.
Right.
There's key times when the fans are engaged. There's a poll taken and the coach has the right to refuse it.
Right.
If he doesn't think it's a good call, he might not do it.
I think I said that those three names are being signed to draw because there is polarizing press either way. But I remember sitting at that league meeting with you, with that individual at the time, and I said, "This is really cool." Mm-hmm. at the concept, it is cool. So
and we've talked about, you know, there'd be some cool stuff to do because we invested in that as a league that we were going to have. If you had Wi-Fi capability in your building, which we don't. We would have given Corey a suggestion. Hey, the fans think you should X in third quarter. What do you think? And then we could talk about it after why he didn't. So to me, it was about engagement, but a different kind of engagement. So all of you guys, for instance, thought he should have done this on the kickoff.
Yeah.
He chose this. Now let's talk about why as a coach, he chose that versus what you guys picked as a fan. All of you armchair warriors, you know, you win every game in your heads. It's not that easy. It's
I don't win a lot of games in my head. I usually lose to myself.
Most armchair warriors.
Standings.
Yes.
Should we run them down?
Yeah.
So Frisco 7-2, Mass 6-3, Quad Cities 6-4, Iowa 5-4, Sioux Falls 4-5, Blizzard 4-6, Bismarck 3-7. We are mathematically a game out of a playoff spot, and a pretty crucial one in the series with Iowa this Friday, because 2 wins over Iowa would help the tiebreaker, correct? When it comes down
if
to
it's
what
head
is
to
going
head
to be
with
a really close finish. So.
Yes, if it's head to head with them, it would make a difference. Correct.
Big game.
Yeah.
If you're not doing anything, take the bus to Iowa. Not our bus. Drive your car to Iowa.
Yeah.
Hook a radio flyer to the back of the Blizzard coach bus.
And hey, if you are going to Iowa and you have a larger vehicle, there might be some helmets I want you to pick up and drop off in Milwaukee. We're trying to get some helmets out of Iowa that she's been so busy she hasn't had a chance to ship them to us. And I've offered to bring them up on the bus.
A second design of helmets for us, right? Or are they
right? That would be the home and away helmet idea, which we're getting so late in the season now. Right. But they need to be dropped off in Milwaukee to get certified and then come up to us. So I don't really want them to come all the way to Green Bay. I want them
to just have to go to Milwaukee.
Stop in Milwaukee. So I know Jaws' parents live in Racine. So if you guys are going down and you have an SUV and you want to pack up 4 or 5 boxes of helmets.
Always goes and she always watches this. So
right, but does Cara have a big vehicle?
I don't know.
Yeah, so Cara, could you? Yeah, they just have to be dropped off. I think just outside of Racine. It's out in Milwaukee.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway,
it's gonna be a crazy finish this season. So
it's gonna come down to, much like our games, last play of the game, last minute of the game. It's gonna come down to the last game as to whether or not we make the playoffs.
We play all of these teams too. So I will do the next step and run down what it looks like. So Iowa this weekend, Quad Cities home, Mass in Mass, Sioux Falls home, at Frisco, home again or away against Sioux Falls to wrap up. So
it'll be determined before that final game.
Yep.
It'll be determined when we play Quad Cities. That's going to be it. So,
crazy.
So as we've said, we need to win out. It would be huge to win against Frisco. But again, that's just a tiebreaker after a tiebreaker after a tiebreaker.
Sure. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
So how about we thank our sponsor?
Yes. Cornerstone Mortgage.
Cornerstone.
Adam Aleknovics, Vicky Crop. This should be out by the time you see this, but it is our kicker.
Player of the game.
Jaws. Dun it.
Dun it.
Dun it.
Dun it.
Dun it. Dun it. Wait, that's Baby Shark and Jaws.
That's the real Jaws. Our kicker. So let's talk about our kicker a little bit. If you guys don't know the story of Jaws, and that's what he's referred to.
The shark?
The shark. Boat?
No. Like that story? With Richard Dreyfuss?
Our kicker. I'm back to our kicker.
I'm good.
The story
I'll stay
of Jaws.
on football the rest of the episode.
The story of Jaws you all should know, but Jaws, our kicker, his last name is Jaworski, so they call him Jaws. It's a family nickname. There's the little Jaws, baby Jaw, big Jaw, whatever. Anyway, he got looked over a lot as far as his college career goes. There was a great article that was written for the Blizzard about him. Great story. This was his chance to shine. He has been shining. There's some great videos that he personally has out about him calling which upright he's going to kick, and then he kicks it.
Yeah.
And he hits it. Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
And now a kicker's life is not always easy.
No.
There's a lot of pressure in that position. I'll tell you one thing. He had some not so great snaps that ended up turning to golden.
Yeah.
I mean, that
laces out, Dan.
Yeah. Quick hands. Yeah. Laces out, Dan. You thought I was just going to breeze over that. Anyway. So that's pretty cool that he gets that recognition.
Coming up on a home game June 3rd after Iowa, Military Appreciation Night.
Hence why you have the ball out.
I do. Presented by Robinson, new partner, Nicolay Bank, and WFRV.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I won't be at that game.
I know.
I will be visiting the mouse.
Yep. So our next episode will be...
Well, our next episode is actually...
From an airport?
Well... Uh-oh. No, I'll be there because Memorial Day is Monday, and I'm guessing Big Bark won't be in the studio on Memorial Day.
Okay.
No. So
I'll be here, Big Bark. Can I get a key?
We're going to... You're just going to run it all by yourself?
Yeah.
We'll film on Tuesday and then just have to release it same day.
Still, so it will be from Disney.
It will be from Florida, correct. Yeah.
From the Guardians of the Galaxy ride?
What am I doing on Tuesday? I think I'm in Animal Kingdom that day. Yeah, it won't be Strollerland because I'm at Epcot the night before, so I might have already done Guardians.
Cool. Well, then we'll get a recap.
Yeah. People are getting sick on it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Like there's a lot of motion sickness warnings now, and because I follow a lot of YouTubers that are, Disney influencers, if you will, and they're all saying how people are getting sick. But I think there's so much going on in there that if you don't find a focal point of something to look at, because the ride does rotate.
Yeah.
So
cool. I mean, not the sick part, but cool that it rotates.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm excited. I'm just excited to see the overload of all of their movies. Mm-hmm. And there's scenes in it that are previews to what's coming out. Movie. So
that's cool.
It gives you, it's a little bit like the trailer.
Yeah.
For it. So, well, it doesn't have Thor looking lovingly into someone's eyes.
True. We have Dominion when you're back, Jurassic World, the final. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Lots happening. There's a lot of movies coming out in June and throughout the summer, really. Yep. Quite a few.
Indeed. Anything league-wise?
League-wise, so we're having that conversation as we talked about on the last episode, 16 versus 14. And as a league, we're split. We have those people that can't start until that April-May timeframe. Yeah. Literally down the middle. So there may be a 15-game season. And you say, how's that going to work?
How's that going to work?
Well, those who want to play 8 games can play 8 home games. Those who want to play 7 home games can play 7.
They'd play game 15 on the road?
Right.
Okay. Interesting.
Could work.
Muy interesante.
Of course, none of that can get figured out 14, 16, 15 until we have dates. And some arenas deal with what we deal with. There's hockey, there might be basketball or state tournaments that, are in the mix. So there's only one team that has their dates in. And that's just because it's dictated by the arena and she knows what her dates are and she's got them in.
Right on.
There's some that won't have them until almost August.
Got it.
So yeah, because when does the NBA announce their next season?
The NBA?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot we have NBA buildings. I don't know.
It's usually August.
I only follow, I'm one of those.
July. I thought it was August. I think that's one of the reasons
why.
I
follow playoff basketball. And then the weird news about this mid-season tournament, which is kind of intriguing. So
Yeah. We did talk about, preseason games. Did people want to play them? And I'm like, let's just get the season started. Forget preseason. I'm not a fan of going across leagues to play a game that doesn't count.
Sure.
Because we all know, it happened to us this year, you play the first game and somebody gets injured. And if that's a key player and you were playing against someone from a different league, it's not worth it.
No.
Not to mention the workers' comp battle that is. It just, not a fan.
And it gets chippy, depending on where that league is tier-wise, right? Those guys on the other team want to hit because they think they should be playing for you.
Right. So they're trying to impress.
Yeah.
And then they don't necessarily know the rules. So then I don't think that's that fair to them.
Right.
They make the mistakes of not knowing our game versus their game. I mean, they're similar, but there's those one or two things that are so different. Right. And I just wouldn't think that would be fair.
Indeed.
So that's my 2 cents. So from a league perspective, that's what we're working on. And then working on everything to do with the national championship. That's really the biggest focus for the commissioner right now, is getting those seats sold. We are going to have some great announcements by the time we air our next episode. So there's a pre-sale that's going to happen for each team.
Okay.
And that pre-sale is kind of like when we do the release of our flex tickets and we say, you guys get a chance to get in and pick your seat,
sure.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
This is going to be the same thing. There's going to be a pre-sale and you'll get to purchase tickets so that you have a designated seat. And then after that, there's the general release. But there's also later in the game a block of tickets for each team that's in it.
Got it. That makes sense.
And then there's also a block of tickets for each team as far as like if I was taking you and if I was taking Big Bark, which we've already talked about taking Big Bark to that game.
Right on.
So
Big Bark's a high roller.
He is. He's a high roller. He's going to be doing some pretty fancy stuff. So anyway, lots of opportunities pretty quick here.
Yeah.
And it is all over Vegas already. So just had a friend of mine in Vegas and she saw IFL National Championship on a billboard.
That's awesome.
So Dollar Loan Center has not wasted any time. On the call, Davis from Vegas was on and he's like, I'm telling you, it's everywhere.
Cool.
It's everywhere. So I'm excited for the IFL. Once these tickets get released, that's that first week of June, they go on sale.
Nice.
For all you naysayers that are saying it's not going to be sold out, I think you're incorrect. So hopefully we have a lot of IFL fans there.
Yeah.
But even if we don't, what a great way
to get IFL fans.
To get IFL fans watching YouTube and bringing up, the hype and maybe merchandise stands if they like one team over another. If they've never heard of us and they like snow, well, we might get some a merch purchase out of it. So. So that's what I know league-wise.
Cool. That's what we got. It's a good episode.
It's a good episode.
Yeah.
We need anything else on the team?
I don't think so. Do
Everybody? No, I think we're good.
I think we're good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should I hit him with it?
Are you sure?
I'm good. I was running down my list. I think we're good.
Let's talk about away game.
Yeah.
What happens when there's an away game?
There's a view party.
There we go.
At Replay Friday night. So
Replay our friends.
Your Memorial Day weekend clear. You can hang out Friday night and then go do whatever the rest of the weekend. So
yep. Notre Dame graduates on Saturday, so I'll be there Saturday, crying my eyes out. No doubt.
That's right.
And then Sunday.
You leave.
No, we leave Monday.
Okay.
So Sunday's a free day. Maybe Kate and I will go shopping or something.
Nice.
Because she'll be an official college student, which I still cannot believe. So, yeah.
Good. Come to the away game viewing party at Replay.
Are you going to be there?
Yeah. I clicked yes. So
you clicked yes. I clicked interested because I wasn't sure what was going to be happening with people potentially coming in town because we have to be at the school
for graduation stuff.
At 8:45.
Yeah.
So that's
I will be there, Blizzard Nation.
I probably will be there, if not for all of it, for part of it.
Cool. Should we hit him with it?
Let's hit him.
Let's hit him with it.
Go Blizz.
Don't forget to like, follow,
subscribe,
share,
and ring that notification bell to get all of our content in your inbox.